let's take a look at Rocket Lab, a space company that's looking to go public. Rocket Lab expects to go public through a merger with the SPAC Vector Acquisition Corp. Rocket Lab is a private American aerospace manufacturer and a small satellite launch service provider. Rocket Lab works with private and public organizations to launch satellites into orbit. And at the current date, they've already placed 97 satellites in orbit. And this Rocket Lab SPAC merger evaluates the company at a whopping $4.1 billion. And the current stock ticker right now is VACQ. And this transaction is expected to close in Q2 of 2021. And upon this, Rocket Lab will be publicly listed on the NASDAQ under the new ticker symbol of RKLB. And they actually expect to have around $750 million in cash after the deal is completed. So some history, Rocket Lab was founded back in 2006. And they played a key role in the growth of the commercial small satellites. So how do they compare with Elon Musk's SpaceX company? Well, first off, Rocket Lab focuses on small rocket ventures, while SpaceX focuses on more bigger satellites with bigger orbits. And according to their investor presentation, there have only been two private companies that deliver regular and reliable access to orbit, and those are Rocket Lab and SpaceX. Now let's just take a quick look at the current stock price. So we're hovering around $13.99 when I took this picture, and the ticker is VACQ. And the market cap is at 530 mil. And just note that this price will fluctuate depending on when you are watching this. Also, the ticker symbol will eventually change once they actually do go public. And before we continue, I just want to share how you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. And all you need to do is go to the first link in the description below. Click on that, sign up for an account, and as long as you deposit $100 minimum or more, you'll be able to receive 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. And if you use my referral link, I'll also receive 2 free stocks as well, and that benefits both of us. And now let's get back to the video. Now let's take a look at who's behind Rocket Lab. So here we have Peter Beck, the CEO, CTO, and founder, and he founded Rocket Lab back in 2006 and has grown to where it's at today. And just some fun facts, Peter established Rocket Lab Electron Orbital Launch Program in 2013, and also he oversaw the development of the world's first and only private orbital launch range. So you can definitely check him out and see more details about him if you are interested in learning more. And now let's take a quick look at Rocket Lab. So here off the right, you can see this picture. In under 6 years, they state, they've done 18 launches to space. They have 97 satellites deployed to orbit. They've built 3 launch pads. They have the second most frequently launched US rockets. Also, they have 2 mission control centers, 7 successful missions for the USG customers. They have 1 strategic acquisition, 2 factories built, 1 of our own satellites on orbits, and they have 1 recovered rocket as well. And the last 2, they have 3 interplanetary missions scheduled. So you can see the moon, they have 1 for Mars, and they have 1 for Venus. And the last but not least, they have awarded the Propellant Depot mission on orbit for NASA. So quick look, they have accomplished a lot in the last 6 years, and that's definitely an impressive thing to see. So here they are showcasing how they are currently one of the leaders in this space. So right off the bat, they project this market to grow to approximately 1.4 trillion by 2030, which is a massive opportunity. The second is they have one of only 2 commercial companies delivering regular access to orbits. So right now they have the first mover advantage for the small launch category. And since 2017, they have had 18 launches with the cadence increasing. Also, they have missions scheduled to the moon and Mars for NASA. And the forecast grossing a $1 billion revenue by 2026. And you can see they have a pretty big team behind them with 530 employees. So let's just look at some highlights. So here they state they have first 3D printed rocket engine. So that's quite insane that they printed a rocket engine. And then also you can see here they have the first electric pump fed rocket engine as well. They also have the first fully carbon composite launch vehicle, the first and only private orbital launch site. Also, they have the first rocket that converts into a satellite on orbit, so that's actually pretty awesome to hear. They have a unique kick stage enabling in-space transportation, only reusable small launch vehicle, so right now currently, and then they have the first private interplanetary mission. Now, right now they have Electron, which is the only reusable orbital class small rocket. So Just some quick fun facts about it. One of the 2 companies to successfully bring back an orbital class booster from space. Also, they have components from the first recovered booster already scheduled for reflights. So again, they're already having the reflights. They have enables high launch frequency without expanding production. And the first reflight of a full booster scheduled for 2022. So there's some big plans coming up in the next few years. So definitely it's going to be interesting to see what pans out. Now, all that stuff might be complicated, might not really understand what's going on, but let's just take a look at some of their revenue projections. So this is something that everybody wants to see, especially if you're considering investing. And right off the bat, you can see from 2018, 2019, they've already generated a few $1,000,000. You can see 2020 is a little less, but obviously, I mean, we had the pandemic, things went on, so I'm sure stuff probably slowed down on their end. 2021, they look to project even higher increase compared to 2019. And then 2022, you can see it, and it goes on and on and on until basically 2027. So at least let's just look shorter term. 2025, they project 749 mil right there, and that combines the space systems plus the launch revenues. So definitely that's something interesting to see. And if you want to see more details on their numbers, definitely check out their investor presentation on their website. Now, they're known right now for the small rockets, but here is their next step, which they call Neutron. And this apparently rocket is supposedly, they have an 8-ton payload capacity. So this is a much bigger rocket. And pretty much you can see here some of the highlights. But you can see they have $200 million development for the program. And the first launch is going to be expected in 2024. And this is going to be essentially a direct alternative to SpaceX for Falcon 9. So let's just actually look at a comparison right now. So if you can see it, might have to zoom in, but pretty much Electron right here is the tiniest rocket right now. And then you can see the massive size difference with the Neutron. And then if you compare this to the SpaceX Falcon 9, which is much bigger, you can see that it's a little similar, but it's obviously not as big, with the Neutron that stands tall about 40 meters in height, and then the SpaceX reaches up to 63 meters. So here is just more of a visual to see the difference in what they plan on doing, and obviously this is going to definitely increase the payload and what they're able to carry. But definitely it's going to be interesting to see what they end up doing in the next few years. So what are your thoughts on Rocket Lab in the future projections? Do you think this is a good company to look into? Also, do you think this is going to be the top space company in the next few years? Or do you think Elon Musk's SpaceX or another competing company will make it out on top instead? Let me know your thoughts down below, and any other major accomplishments from these other companies. Would definitely love to see that. And if you want to see more videos like this, reviewing of companies or updates in the market, then definitely hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up, share this with your friend, and I will see you in the next video.